Hey, 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 hey now, hey now. Hey there, hi there, hello there. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Side Friend Chronicles. This is your host, Miss Estella, the Bella. How are you guys today? Let's check in. There's only two people here right now, so thankfully there's at least two, right? I'm not talking into the void, but I can also do that, so no big deal. What's up, William Lewis? Shout out to you for always being here. I appreciate you and your support. Corrosive LMP, welcome. That's the first time I've seen you here. So welcome. Unless you're somebody I know and that's just like your YouTube name, that's cool too. And if I don't know you, welcome and welcome some more. Let's see. Has anything eventful happened since last week when I talked to you guys? I don't know. Let me see. I don't really have an interesting life, you guys. I am a parent. I am seeing somebody, so I do hang out with him. What else do I do? Nothing really exciting. Happy birthday. How do I pronounce your name? I don't even want to. Shaidu. Happy birthday to you. Keith, what's up, Keith? They might take my Mexican card away for being on time. Yeah, they can. They've been trying to threaten me with that community for a really long time since I came out the womb, actually, because I have red hair. What's up, Larry? Nice to see you here. Welcome. So, tomorrow's your birthday. Are you bullshitting, Keith, or is that for real? My son's birthday is on Saturday. He will be 13. So a bunch of Geminis in the house, bunch of crazy ass Geminis. Nice. Happy birthday if I don't see you tomorrow. I'm assuming that Keith will be sending me some dad jokes tomorrow for his birthday. Maybe I should send him some for his birthday. You know, a little role reversal there. Let's get to the topics. So I was just live on Instagram. As I do, I pregame on Instagram. And I had a couple of people comment some things that they want me to talk about. The first thing, I did bring this up a couple of episodes ago, but I don't think that person watched, obviously. So I'm not going to super get into it. I'm just going to say the topic. I'm actually not going to get into it at all because I did a couple of episodes ago. But they wanted me to answer the question on whether or not I like to get pursued or I like to be the pursuer. So if you want to know the answer to that question, I do believe it's like 2 episodes ago, or even last week's episode. So check that out if you want to know what I think about that. Just go back in time to a week or 2 ago and you will have the answer. I also want to start by saying, I was like shaking, right? I feel a little low energy today. Work calls were a little serious today, so it was pretty heavy, which is hilarious because before work, I basically had a conversation about how I love it, and I always learn so much, and I was accused of like being so positive, right? But like not everything, like I do have this firm belief that like always being positive is kind of toxic, like there's that toxic positivity like theory that like you can't always just be positive. That's not like that's not healthy. It's not realistic to expect that from yourself or from anybody else. And so, but what I did say was that not necessarily to be positive, but when shit happens, as it inevitably always does, to everybody, to I think what has helped me, I think a lot of things. Okay, let me organize my thoughts really quick. So I think I am an emotional person, but I also have the ability to remove myself from feeling things. It's like I've been accused, oh, it's because you're an Aquarius and you guys are cold and you detach yourselves from shit. But I also I don't think it's healthy to sit in stuff very long, right? And I think that it's important to try to find the lesson in literally everything, because I feel like everything that's thrown your way in life is an opportunity for you to learn something, and about yourself, about somebody, about life, whatever the fuck. It's an opportunity to learn something, and I really try to hold that as the perspective that I keep, because I think that if you just shift, not to dismiss you that you should feel a certain way, right? Not to just you're allowed to feel sad about shit, you're allowed to be upset about shit, and all of that, but be upset, feel the feelings. And then I think of something a lot of people don't do after they feel the feelings is reflect and assess themselves, why did I feel that way? How, if this comes up again, how am I going to navigate that, etc. And that's something that I do, and I do it relatively quickly, and it's something I feel like I've done for a really long time. So it's not necessarily that I'm in this toxic positivity, always positive. Their shit sucks sometimes too, but I always try to find the lesson in all things. And so today, my energy, the whole reason that's relevant is because that came up this morning about being positive and all that. And today was a hard day. And so I'm not in this ha 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 cheery mood currently. I know I will be, but I literally just got out of work an hour ago. So I haven't had that wind down time. So here I am showing up. I'm going to hopefully talk about something that, maybe it's not funny to some people watching, because, you might be the subject of this content if the shoe fits, but so I want to start with a light thing before I go to a more serious thing. I recognize that the majority of my audience is men. And so I want to make sure that the topics that I choose to speak about include you guys or appeal to who my audience already is. So there's that. But I did ask IG Live, and they said, everybody said that commented, responded that they like the deep shit. So I'm not going to stop the deep shit, so that's what I said. And that's a relief, because I'm into that. I am a deep person. I feel like you just gotta, I think I consider myself an intellect-ish. I don't know everything, but I love learning. So that's where I'm at right now. I want to read a couple of comments before I get into this topic here. Sorry if I'm moving in slow motion. Like I said, I am dragging my heels currently. I feel like I need to take a deep breath, like heavy day. Matt asks about my feet. I answer this question every week, Matt. Sorry. Keith says you have to learn how to deal with negative, but get yourself out of it. Yes. Larry says everything does happen for a reason, and amen to what you're saying so far. So true. Nice. Thank you guys for validating that. Keith says, I'm an artist. I'm a tortured soul, so I know. Yeah, I mean, but that's where like the most beautiful art, comes from, right? And thanks for letting them know where my feet went, Keith. I appreciate you. So I was scrolling through when Jimmy and I started this podcast, we shared a notes thing in the notes app in the iPhone, because you can like add people to it, kind of similar to Google Docs, where like you just add editors and they could just all edit it and see it. That has a lot of our previous topic ideas. Not all of them made it to an episode, surprisingly, because I'm at episode 115. And there are topics that we have talked about back then, like 2 years ago. But there was one, I don't know if I fully got into it or if I ever really got into it, but I thought it was kind of funny because this came up like when I lived in Oregon, like years ago. And that's why I put it in the app. But it says, okay, so the article I read back then said that whoever a man is fucking with, whoever a man is fucking with when he starts to go bald is who he will end up marrying or settling down with. And so I Googled it. And I Googled that to see like where the fuck, what article comes up. And this article actually came out on my birthday, which I think is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Coincidence. I don't know. That I found this article in. It's a birthday article from 2011. So I'm telling you, this shit came up years ago for me. The publication is Jezebel.com, which is also funny to me. But it says, bald men rush into marriage because they're desperate and afraid. And I was talking to my girl, Mylene, who's here in the comments. What's up, honey? And we wanted to reframe that. I would have her on if she wanted to come on, because you guys could, meet my girl. And if you want to and have the capacity to, I will send you a link to join. You could do it from your phone. If not, it's cool. So we were thinking it's a fuckboy thing, but when they start to let themselves go, period, not just when they go bald. She says she's down, guys. Should I bring Mylene on the show? Yeah, I can bring you on for this topic and then let you go live your life, and then I'll move on to something else. Let's see here. And we can finish this combo. Copy to clipboard. That's not you. This is you. And there we go. But this article says that seems to be the takeaway. So this headline is the takeaway from today's strange takedown of bald guys in the New York Times. says because of the blow to their self-esteem, some balding men simply settle when it comes to spouses. So there's less women that are attracted to them because they're starting to go bald, right? And I've always wondered why people say that, because there's a lot of dudes who aren't going bald that just shave their head because they like to have just a shaved head. And I think a lot of chicks, like, there's a lot of chicks out there who are into that, right? Or men who keep their hair really, really short, you know? It's almost bald, but, and I feel like they do fine with the ladies. But they said that this article uses Prince William, of all people, as its primary example, making it the case that a receding hairline will make a man rush to the altar. First of all, do you guys agree? Do you think that if your hairline is receding, then now there's a sense of urgency, like, oh shit, I better fucking settle down? Because I think there's a lot of receding hairline ass men, balding men out there still doing fuck shit. But that's me. And it says, is it possible that the 28-year-old prince felt an urge to lock up a commitment from Miss Middleton because his heartthrob status might be beginning to disappear with his hair? I really want to know what fuckboys and former fuckboys think about this. If you're not listening currently and you're finding yourself listening to this while it's not live, please get at me in the comments. If you're here now, please comment. Larry says it's confidence, not a hairstyle. So do you think that they let themselves go and then lock somebody down, or lock somebody down because they're about to let themselves go? Or does the letting go of yourself process just begin to happen when you're in a relationship because you're like getting comfortable? You have to I feel like what happens is you switch the time that you would spend on yourself for time to share together. And usually what people do together is they eat, right? Like you come together, you eat, you chill, you're sitting down, you're having conversations. You're not like running and talking. You're not having like those deep conversations that really deepen and grow a bond between two people in a partnership or a relationship or whatever. Those things aren't typically done while being active, right? Like you could go for a walk, go for a hike. Those are really good opportunities to have conversations. But most people don't do that. So does the letting go happen and then the settle, or do you settle and then the letting go happens? And if and when that happens, I don't know, is it like, do you lose attraction, or like what's going on here? Like what happens? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. If not, my girl here is going to tell us how she feels about it. When she's ready, she's going to give me a thumbs up. And then, yeah. So, add to stream. Honey.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? My name is Mylene. I go by Queen Mylene. Follow me on Instagram. I actually have an album that I'm putting out on June 19th, which is also my birthday. I like presents.
So we were having this conversation like right before I went live on Instagram, and we're like, we think it's fuck boys.
I was trying to join that live and it would not let me, so
I didn't even see you pop up on it, so there's that.
Instagram's being a hater.
Totally. Tell the world what you think.
Okay, so what part were we on? We're talking about just men in general who have let themselves go?
Well, specifically, it started with, do you think that men wife up the chick they're seeing when they start to bald?
Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
it's like, now I got to go back out there and I got to like put my game face back on and start dating again. No one wants to do that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she's cool. I can deal with her. I'm going to just wipe this one up.
Whoever, and I said on Instagram, I said, typically I feel like when the fuck boy settles down for whatever reason, whether he's balding, he doesn't want to continue to keep the abs, whatever the fuck reason a fuck boy settles down with, the chick he's usually settling with is the dummy that stayed the longest.
Okay, and know me too. I have what I like to call Queen Mylene's fuckboy catch and release program.
Dude, me too. I'm like, good luck, Chuck. I feel like.
And I look at it because, okay, look, people are going to come for me in the comments right now, but it's fine. It's because, let's keep it real. I've been acting like a fuck girl sometimes. And when you do that, you attract the like. So
yeah.
instead of me being a fuck girl with these fuck boys, I actually become a stand-up woman. I'm like, look, this is going to be like this is my good deed for the women of the world. One fuck boy at a time, to put them out there and they're better men now because of it. But because who else are they going to listen to?
Yeah.
That's what my friend was saying, like, the reason he named me Queen Mylene, he's like, people will listen to you. People believe you because you're actually being real with them, and people can tell if you're real or not.
Yeah.
So if you're not real, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm not listening to that shit you say.
I just feel like what happens is, and let me know if you agree, but like usually when, like you said, fuckboy catch and release program, I have been that chick too. We both know this. Where they come to you as a fuckboy and
better men.
They're fuckboys, but they leave a better man and they're being a better man for the next one.
Right.
Right. And so
you're welcome.
I think that, it happens, like, but it's a good thing that they learned and there's some growth there. It just sucks because it takes from you too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For me though, I look at it as like, if the man that who I am calling a fuckboy, who is even a self-proclaimed fuckboy, as long as the exchange between us is a positive exchange and I'm getting my respect, I'm okay with that. With that energy exchange, I don't just let them completely drain me and then move on. You know what I mean?
But like, that begs the question, like, does he respect you if he's treating you a certain way?
I'm the one who lays the ground rules for how I am treated. So if I'm not treated the way that I want to be treated, I'm out. And you have, of all people, know that I have been mistreated a lot of times. And sometimes I'm just
I have too.
Sometimes I'm too nice. Sometimes soft spot for a certain person. And I'm just like, I understand. Because for me, a lot of the times, I understand their trauma. Because it's a lot of my same trauma. So I look at it like, let me be more empathetic. Let me be more understanding, because I know how that is, because I've done that to people before too. And instead of me just being pissed off and just being like, all right, well, F you, I don't mess with you anymore, I'm just like, wait, let's stop and talk about this. Like, let's think about why you're giving this trauma response right now. Because I've had a situation where a man misunderstood me, thought that I was acting a certain type of way because I was acting like his crazy ex-girlfriend. And I'm just like, look, that's not even me. That's not even what I was doing. And I literally watched him have a moment and just a huge trauma response. And I'm like, whoa, stop, breathe. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I care about you. I would never do that. That's not. And once you get to that middle ground, or once you get to that level where you both are understanding of each other and why I said this or why you said that or why I reacted this way, like, we're still human, but I can always admit when I'm wrong. But if I'm super not wrong and you're super out of pocket, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, I think that's like a miscommunication is like the biggest like reason why people argue, right? And like shit goes sideways with people. And it's like, because communication styles,
Larry West, he's 71 and he has a little hair left, but still damn good with the ladies. I like that.
Get it, Larry. We're here for it. Get it. Right? But I was going to say just this has nothing to do with being bald and letting yourself go, but it does have everything to do with like what we transitioned to.
And sometimes we have to like check ourselves when we react from a trauma response.
But you have to check in with yourself. Yeah. But like when you also have to talk to each other and like be a safe space for conversations. Exactly. Because they're not always going to be pretty, but like it's in those like hard conversations and hard places. Like today's one of like the takeaways from today from my work call. It was super fucking deep. Was the depth of your, huh?
You took notes? It was that deep? You took notes?
Fuck yeah, I always take notes. Like I learned so much shit with my job. It's like what I love about it, but like also because it's a lot of it is personal development and like forces you to like dig deep, right? And so like, but it's in those really like deep places that you like when you lift the shit, when you lift that like wall, it's like the most beautiful things come from it, right? Like, and it says, and the coach that said this earlier, his name's Sean, says the depth of your pain will equal the strength of your protection.
Amen.
You know, like that's how thick that fucking wall is, you know, and like you chip away at it, you break, and like the light.
My friend Veli's girlfriend had posted something and it said like basically it was a meme or it was like a tweet or something that someone had turned into a meme, but basically it said, I don't remember what it said word for word, but basically it was saying that women are acting more masculine because they have to protect themselves and they're paying their own bills and they're taking care of themselves and blah, blah, blah. Like, do you agree or disagree? And I completely agree because I feel like, you know, the situations that I've been in, like men have come at me crazy and I had to put them in their place because I need to show them how I'm supposed to be treated. Like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm going to bow up on you and be like, what'd you say to me?
Yeah, but it's also like I've also
it's a huge defense mechanism also.
Well, yeah, but also I've seen things that like don't tell men how to treat you because then they'll appeal to that and treat you that way all the while having like ulterior motives.
Yeah, that'll
like be shady, but like I think that you teach people how to treat you by making sure that you have strong and healthy boundaries.
That, and you teach people how to treat you by how you treat them.
And how you treat yourself, honestly. So,
R-E-S-C-T.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to find out.
Ooh, I can't answer this right now. Is that loud?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. It came through my headphones, so I wasn't sure if it came through the thing.
Just your headphones.
I'm gonna
answer it
really quick. Hey, I'm podcasting. Okay.
Hi.
Sorry about that, guys. So unprofessional, but
hey man, you're human.
Hey man, that was like the theme today. It was all so very
human.
Yeah. Well, because you know that, and then the conversations at the end got into like race, and race is always a very like difficult topic because it makes a lot of people very uncomfortable, you know?
I feel like that uncomfort is a tell.
Like, not necessarily. I think too, like it makes people, regardless of what color they are or what their ethnic background is, uncomfortable. Not necessarily just because, like,
but
for white people, they don't want to be labeled racist, right? And then for, you know, people of color, it's like it's a sensitive subject because of the experiences, you know, like, and not being safe in verbalizing anything or just physically in certain spaces, you know. And so it was a very, like, I just keep saying this, it was a very fucking heavy day. And
the last couple have been heavy emotionally, and just the subjects that are talked about. Like I expressed to you earlier about how I really dealt with a lot of things by just putting this reel out that I put out, because I don't tend to share too much online. Like, I'll share what I'm doing and like videos and just fun stuff, but I don't really get that serious about it. And when I saw this reel about suicide prevention, it really hit me. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing this.
Right.
And it was actually really freeing, because it wasn't that long ago that I had these thoughts. And even though I know that it was a trauma response, like what I was doing was a trauma response, it still is a big deal to me, because I've had like family message me who have no idea what I went through.
Yeah.
I've had friends who are really good friends. Like even you didn't even know. And you're one of my best friends. I call you my wifey. Like, I didn't even feel comfortable to tell you about it, because I knew you would just like, I was afraid. I didn't know how you would react, but I just didn't want you to feel bad. I didn't want you to feel like you weren't there for me. I just didn't want to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I just like left it alone. Because even when we're talking, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, when the fuck did you do that?
I mean, it was just a really dark moment, and the only person who really knew about it was the homie Fade. Like, he's the only one who I really told about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't. And that you're still here.
Hi.
You're still here.
But really, that was me fighting my own demons. That wasn't even me. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. And I always say, like, I'm a queen and I only surround myself with kings. And sometimes a court gesture gets up in there. Sometimes it's an accident.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to say that something wasn't me. Like, you know, the conversation I was reading with you, that I had between my cousin and I.
Yeah.
And she's like, that wasn't you. And like, clearly it is, though.
It's part of you.
It's part of you. It's not all of you, but it's a piece of you that does lie and dwell within, right? And like I told you, like, you can do all the work, but ultimately at the end of the day, what you default to is your programming, you know, like, and
it's something that we don't even realize we're doing until and it's just like,
and when you get out of it, you're like, what the fuck? Like,
why did I do that? Like,
who am I? Like, what just happened, you know? So
when you go through traumatic experiences, it makes you dive deep into parts of yourself that you haven't really seen or haven't really gotten to like get deep with, or like explore those vulnerabilities. It's a good and a bad thing for some people.
Well,
but
sometimes too, it takes some kind of crazy fucking event or someone in your life to come and like shine the light. And sometimes it's
and if the light is coming from you,
it's a fucking shitty fucking, it's like searing hot, like painful light, you know. It's like a fucking magnifying glass with the sun, like burning you like a fucking nut, you know.
Earlier about like the shame that we have for certain things that we've done,
right?
Or like, for me, the biggest thing was moving past the hurt and shame of my trauma, because I was like, I let it happen, I shouldn't have done this, and da 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 da.
Right.
But, like, it's good to have ownership and accountability, but also hold other people accountable too for their
for their piece in it, for sure. Yeah, that's what it is. And then, you know, I like
balding fuckboys to this.
Yeah, we went from exactly. I don't know how that happened, but that's just how it goes when you and I have a conversation. We start in one place. Neither one of us can ever fully finish.
Yes, we can.
I mean, we get there eventually, but we are both ADHD as fuck. Ricardo says, what about people who actually have a disease, who operate in a part of their brain that is due to the disease? I feel like it's not them that's operating. It's not even a piece of them. So to the it's not you piece. No, I totally I 1000% think that does occur and happen, you know.
And honestly, people who are schizophrenic and
schizophrenia is one of those things, multiple personality disorder. They have no clue when the other person taps in, you know. I definitely think that happens. But what I'm like talking more to is like, I'm there. I know it's me. I'm going through these motions. I don't know why I'm continuing to do this because I know better, but I'm not doing better. And that's where I'm like, what the fuck is it that's holding me or that I can't release?
Right. There was something that I had read when I was in Arizona, and you of all people know, like most of Arizona, I was going through it because I was like,
I was on the phone with you almost every fucking day.
Right. Right. I was growing through what I was going through, and it hurt. It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I had to do it. And the reason that I even went to Arizona was an accident. And I ended up just being there. I only knew one person in Arizona, and I had the most growth that I've ever had in my life there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like, I read something and it said like, it's really hard to accept the fact that it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You are where you are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that you accept that and forgive yourself and move on from there, that's when your life starts. And
yeah. Totally.
And my older sister, Michelle, who, you know, like we have battles, like I'm a Gemini and she's a Sagittarius. We're on completely different ends of the spectrum. We're like day and night. And she was just, I remember when I posted that, she's like, oh, look who is taking responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to admit to yourself that you are where you are.
The truth is hard.
Exactly.
It's a really tough fucking pill to swallow. A lot of people choke on it.
And as someone, you know me better than anyone, as someone who is very hard on their friends when their friends mess up, like I need something that I've been learning is just to give people more grace, even give myself more grace.
Yeah.
Because like everyone is just, what's that term? Oh, everyone's just walking each other home. Like we're all just walking each other home. We're all just trying to look out for each other, you know.
That was my like epiphany today when I had that conversation with my cousin. I was like, you know, in the moment of telling a story to somebody and having a really, really vulnerable fucking moment that I didn't intend to have. Mm-hmm. I was like, and I was telling her about it, and I was like, what I was also was like, I felt like I was being judged, but the judger wasn't the person I was telling the story to. It was me.
Yeah.
I was judging myself. I was holding
that projection.
So I felt like I was being judged, but because I was on the phone with, you know, that person, I was like, this person's judging me, but this person wasn't judging me. I was judging me. And it's the shame that you hold on to when you're acting or behaving or tolerating shit that's not something that you have ever tolerated or said you would ever allow. Absolutely. And I, like my brother has told me before too, he's all, you know why you do this? He's all, because you judge people and you're afraid that people are going to judge you. Hey, and I'm always like, I'm not judging people, huh?
Which brother said this?
Justin.
Yo, got bars.
Yeah. He is. He's a smart guy. Really but I'm like, I'm never.
He knows you and he knows how to get through to you.
But I also, when I say I'm not judging somebody, I judge me.
Someone I'm about to judge them, but
no. It's not that. Is I am afraid that people will judge me the way I judge me. So that's what it is, huh?
No one's gonna do that, Estella.
Right. I'm like the worst, the harshest judge for myself.
For sure.
I'm not like this for other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only like this to myself. Like, I'm not kind to myself. I don't
That's something
it's crazy, right? Because I do love myself and I do think I'm a good person
but
and I think I'm a good mom and all
you're
these
a
things.
hard ass Mexican mama to yourself.
But I am. I also feel like I'm always
dare
like,
you
you could be better. You could be doing better.
Yeah.
Like, you could look better. You could all these things, right? Because you're
Or
always like,
just love yourself for where you are right
for
now.
where I'm at. Exactly. It's not an easy thing
That's
because
a hard thing for me too. Like,
right.
it was hard for me to look in the mirror. I'm just like, I don't even know who that person is staring back at me. And that's hard to face too. But now, more and more every day when I look in the mirror, I see myself again. I see me again.
Yeah,
And
that's how I felt over the last like several months.
yeah.
Like,
And you know me, I've been going through a journey, just a complete transformational journey, and it's on purpose. And it hurts a lot sometimes, but like growth hurts, growing
but
pain.
you have to go through it to get to it. Like,
Hey, I like that.
you know, so
Go through it to get
girl, you know I always got the bars.
bars.
I be dropping them bars. So make sure you quote me.
I'm gonna be quoting you in some raps, but I'm not gonna.
I know.
You're
not gonna give me you're gonna put me on the you gotta put me on the bibliography.
Okay, so it's not called a bibliography. You nerd.
I am a dork. Big dork.
It's credits. I'll put you in the credits for sure. I'll give you writing credits.
There you go.
Think about my P. By the way, guys, Queen Mylene, follow me, and that's QueenMylene. Look on some of Estella's posts. You'll see me all over them. But
she's like one of my hype people in the comments.
Oh yes, I'm a hype woman for sure because that's my wifey for lifey. Don't ever.
Even though sometimes we really can't stand each other and we be fucking going in on each other.
But that's how you know you're my wife.
That's a real friend. Yeah,
that's for real. Because we'll sit there and go off on each other and be like, "I'll talk to you later." Like screaming.
Like
you
go for the jugular. Off.
But we always come back and be like, "Hey, I love you, bitch. We're good. Thank you for letting me know what you let me know. I just wasn't ready to hear it."
Yeah, that's what it is. Like we call each other out. And
like call each other out like
who the fuck loves to hear that? Yeah.
Nobody's business.
And we're not nice about it.
Never.
We're not nice about it.
Never.
So
we're not nice. We're rude.
Yeah. We're not.
I was saying my birthday's on June 19th. I'm also dropping an EP. It's a 7-track EP. It's called Love Spells. Hey. But I'm also going to be doing a show on June 24th. It's here in San Diego. I know a lot of your viewers are not local, but if you're in San Diego and you want to come to a show, DM me. I got tickets for you. And I have a few free ones too. I'm going to do a little giveaway. It's actually an all ages show, so you and your kids should come. Just saying.
Should they?
Yes. Her kids are like my kids. I spoil them like they're my kids. But I also yell at them like they're my kids.
Bitch, please. Anyways.
Well, I'm actually way nicer to them than you are.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm cool Auntie Mai who buys them things.
Anyways. What else? What else was I gonna say?
I didn't finish because we're super ditzy.
Okay.
Tired.
Finish.
The show is at Corazon del Barrio Logan here in Chicano Park in Barrio Logan area. I actually live in Barrio Logan. I'm probably the only Asian girl that lives in the hood like this. But
well, you're Filipino, so you're the Mexicans of Asia.
Hey, man, I'm an Asian chola. I grew up in South Bay. I grew up in San Marcos. I grew up in every area that's fully saturated with Hispanic people. So it totally makes sense. But it's an all ages show. I'm opening for Little Pete, and Kruk One is going to be opening also. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to be on stage with my boys. I call them my kings. It's Fladea. Excuse me. He gets really mad when I call him.
I know. He doesn't like that. I heard him tell you.
I know. It's Fladay.
Fladay.
Fladaeh. Lil Big Chewy. also known as Smash.
That's what I was
And,
gonna say. I'm trying to get used to the new name because I met him as Smash. So
and then also D Shy. Um, I'll give Estella the links and we can
we can add them in the
yeah,
description.
we'll add them in the description. You guys can follow us. But yeah, please follow, please like. I'm on all streaming platforms, Queen Mylene. I only have 2 singles out right now, but I'm about to drop another single in the next week. And the entire album comes out on the 19th. And
I was gonna say, are you making an album? Because I did come across a reel on Instagram, and it was Beyonce talking about how people don't create entire bodies of work anymore. They don't do albums anymore. They're just dropping singles.
Nope,
Huh?
I'm old school as fuck because I'm doing a 7-track EP and also with an interlude. And you know me, I'm R&B, I'm hip hop, I'm jazz, I'm all of the above. My first single, Clouds for Breakfast, I actually made the beat for and rapped on it and sang the hook. So it was just like 100% credit to me. And it felt good to put out my first single like that because as you know, I've been doing music forever. I've been singing for friends. I've been doing features here and there, but never really took my own music seriously because it took me a long time to find my own sound. And now that I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
I'm already working on the next album, and the next album is just going to be a complete R&B and soul album. I'm not going to be rapping on it. I'm gonna get all of my rapping ass homies to sing on it too. Watch.
We will see. When does your album drop again?
It's on June 19th, 6/19, which is also Juneteenth. Also Father's Day, so
it is.
You're welcome, daddies and zaddies alike.
I always. Oh, that's a good topic. Are you ready to transition?
Sure.
Okay. Every Father's Day, I get text messages from male friends, women friends telling me Happy Father's Day.
Look, I call my mom and say Happy Father's Day. I've told you Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Like women that are in my life who play the role of both or have in the past have played the role of both. I always acknowledge them on Father's Day. I call my uncles and say Happy Father's Day because they were like huge father figures for me.
Yeah.
I tell my brother-in-law Happy Father's Day. And one year we were all living together at my mom's house. And I was just like, hey, bro, I just want to say Happy Father's Day. And thank you for loving my sister and being a good father to kids. Because, men don't get enough recognition for
they don't.
Good men.
Yeah.
Good fathers, because I know a lot of men who are amazing fathers who have piece of shit deadbeat mothers.
Yeah.
And I always give recognition where it's due. Like some of the fathers that I know that are single fathers, I'll say Happy Mother's Day to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was going to ask, does that happen on the flip side?
Yes.
I haven't ever told, I might know 2 guys who are the sole caretakers or single dads that do it all by themselves. I've never told them Happy Mother's Day, but I do always tell them Happy Father's Day. But I don't ever expect anybody to tell me Happy Father's Day because I'm not a father, I'm a mother. And I don't want to take away from men who are actually fathers and doing their shit, handling their business.
But I also know your situation personally, so I'm gonna say Happy Father's Day to you.
Yeah.
So
no,
I think it's a case-by-case basis, honestly. But I don't think that you should feel bad for someone giving you something just to give you recognition. It's not taking away from their shine to give you your recognition.
Right. So, well, it happens.
And all you single fathers out there, good on you. Because I know how it is. I've seen a lot of men have to battle in court to just see their kids.
Yeah.
Because of whatever the situation is with the mom.
Usually just defaults to the mom.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, a court is going to take the side of the mother.
Of the mom.
Which sucks for the good fathers that are out there.
Yeah.
If you're at least out there fighting for to see your kids and fighting for your rights as a father, then good on you.
And just know that kids know. Growing up, they'll know who
They'll
the
know who.
prob they'll know what happened without you having to tell them when they get to a certain age.
Absolutely, because kids,
Because
they know.
yeah,
You
they're receptive, they
yeah,
listen, and then when shit starts clicking, that's when they're like, you know,
they,
even if they never interact with their father, when they get to a certain age, they'll know whether it was the mother or the father,
absolutely,
you know, that was the reason for that.
absolutely. In my case, it was both. Like they both play a part, but I'm I'm still to this day like trying to forgive my dad for him making me feel abandoned, because I was
Mhm.
my dad out of all of my sisters, and I was just like, why would you leave me like this? Like, why would you do that? And it's not that he wasn't there for me, because he's always there for me. Every time I called him, he was there for me. Like, he's bought me multiple cars like in high school, and anytime I needed anything, he would give it to me. But it's not the stuff that I wanted. I wanted the quality time.
Yeah, for sure.
And now he's getting older, and I'm like, hey, old man, you ain't getting any younger. You're gonna be real pissed if you don't fix these relationships with your grandkids and with my other sisters. Like, you need to be more involved. I need you to.
Yeah.
You're 70 years old now. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to be your unfinished business? Because I'll be your unfinished business.
Trust me, bro, you don't want that shit. You don't want that at all.
This is, I will haunt you.
Not in life, not in death.
Thank you. Let him know.
None. Tell him he can call me and I'll let him know.
Whatever, you love me.
Like, bro, I don't even want those problems sometimes in life. Let me tell you.
Hate. Love, hate, relationship, but mostly love.
Speaking of, Renesmee, here's you talking every single fucking time.
Hi, Renesmee.
No, I just kicked her ass out.
Oh, dang. Harsh.
Yeah. Well, that's the fuck her ass gets. So.
Are you going to tell the viewers why the cat is Renesmee?
Oh, yeah. Her name is Renesmee, but we call her Renesmee because she doesn't shut the fuck up. Like my over here.
Hi.
She got all butthurt because I sent her a meme. It's like normal people are like 70% water, and like Geminis are like 100% don't know how to stop talking. She got all butthurt and she like FaceTimed me and she just sat there all silent. By the way, I sent it to James as well, who was sitting right next to you, and he fucking like was like rolling. Yeah.
And I looked at him like, fuck both of you. I'm like, now I'm just gonna FaceTime you and say nothing and just be like,
yeah, that's what she did. She just FaceTimed me to sit there, and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is my time to shine. I'll fucking finally get a word in. So you fucking call her and you're like, hey, like I gotta talk to you. And I really
talk to you first.
I have to do that. I have to be like, listen, I need you to listen. And even then, when I'm saying shit, it's an interrupt. I'm like, I'm not finished.
Look, my peanut gallery comments don't count as interruptions. You can keep.
They are interruptions.
Well,
and I try, but like sometimes if you're interrupting my thought, it gives me the opportunity for some other shit to come up, and then I go off fucking track.
Someone else told me that. Actually, Jamani in Virginia told me that. He was just like, as soon as you cut me off, I forgot what I'm saying already.
Yeah, like I have such gnarly ADD, and like I'm constantly thinking that like you take me off the train of thought, you put me on another track, and now my thoughts are running this way.
I have ADHD, so I'm just doing the same thing, just a different way.
Right, and it's impossible to have like a short conversation because it's constantly like there's a lot of times where I like just fall back and I'm like, I won't even talk to her. I'm not going to tell her anything because I can't tell her anything because she has so much to say.
Going on right now. I don't like this Mylene bashing going on.
No, but it's real. Like it
is. And it's something that I'm actively working on, being more of a listener and not of a talker. Cause like, another friend of mine told me, he was just like, sometimes like, look, I don't call people about my shit. So when I call you and I want to talk to you, it's because I need an ear. I need a shoulder. I don't need you to tell me this, that, and the other, or tell me your opinion on stuff.
Yeah, just like, listen. Let me vent.
Yeah. I really value that I am the person that is being called. Like I like that you're calling me and you want to confide in me. So I need to show that more by actively listening and not listening to respond. Or like a lot of times my brain is like just going 100 miles an hour. So when you're talking, I'm like, okay, let me just comment before I forget it. And
Yeah.
that's really what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be rude.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that. But
Yeah.
I think another thing that a lot of people don't do that people should do is that whole like when you call somebody to tell them something, or when they call you to tell you something, like to ask them, are you venting or are you looking for advice?
That's good. I should do that.
How do you want me to receive this?
Yes. Like what is your goal? You want to just
are you just,
or do you need advice from me? Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna use that.
Right. Yeah.
Because know me, I'm always on my phone. People call me all the time. I'll have a lot of people who confide in me, and I don't want to make anyone who confides in me feel alienated.
Right.
I don't want them to feel like they can't come to me, because that is worse to me, because I like that I'm the person that people confide in, because I really do have good advice most of the time when I take myself out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, man,
I feel like I'm that person too. So
yeah, for sure. You're definitely my go-to.
Yeah.
And there's only that one thing that I was like, I don't even want to tell her this because she's going to feel bad that she wasn't there for me or something like that. And I just didn't want to do that to you. And it wasn't your responsibility anyway. And look, I got through it and I'm good.
Yeah. Plus, I'm an absorber.
Yes.
Like if people come around me with like certain energy, like if you're angry around me, like I'll try to help you out and be positive. But then like the next day, I'm going to feel it.
Remember when I literally had a mental break and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I can't do this. And you're like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah. I was like, I'm fucking leaving. I can't be around you like this.
The thing I want you to work on, just as a woman, just as an air sign, because like you go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's to observe, not absorb.
Like, I feel like I do both. I'm an observer as well, but if people,
but there's a certain time to observe and absorb. Like if you feel that the energy is not a good energy, block that off.
Yeah.
Don't absorb it. But a lot of times you're so invested in it, you're just like, oh no.
Well, those are the only people I absorb from.
Right.
Are the people I'm actually invested in.
I'm pretty much.
If I don't know you, I'm not absorbing any of your shit.
Right. I know,
like,
but
I'm not going to
absorb a lot of my shit because a lot of my shit I can't even handle. I don't want you to handle it.
Yeah, but I do absorb your shit. And that's why I like over the years of our friendship, I've learned to be like, I need a break from you for like 2 days. Like I won't.
And that's fine. Sometimes I need a break from your ass too.
I know. No, but like we've gotten to that point
where it's
but we don't take it personally.
No.
Like
I'll talk to you later.
So yeah, like I need a couple of days, bitch. Like don't fucking call me.
Yep. I'm mad at you. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Or I can't. I don't have the capacity to hold space for you, like at all. So,
and that's fine because you know what? Everybody has different capacity levels. Some people can it. Some people can just be in my face all the time. Other people are just like, I need a 6-month break from you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, and a lot of people take that personally, and I used to be one of them, but now when people don't want to fuck with me, however, right? I don't take it personally. Now I think about it like, okay, they can't, they don't have the capacity to be what I need or what, or be here in a certain way for me. And that's not on me. I don't need to cry about it. It's not like they don't want to. It's just they can't. Or they don't want to. Regardless, that's not on me because what's meant for you won't miss you.
Exactly. And for me personally, like I've apologized to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know that there were times that I was just going through it and I was taking it out on other people. I was taking my pain out on other people. I was just acting out a lot. So I've apologized to multiple people, one being my mom. And I'm like, hey, I'm sorry for my teenage years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just acting out. And now that I'm an adult and I see what I did, like, and I see how hard it is to do things on your own, I'm just like, I'm sorry, Mom, you did it on your own with 3 kids. You know what I mean? With
I haven't gotten there with mine. That's a relationship. I have a lot of fucking work to do to like, absolutely. But I recognize that that's like the root of a lot of my shit is that I know that that's the fucking key
Yep.
to like release me from a lot
Same.
of my shit. And
And-
it's healing that relationship, but it's hard to heal a relationship when you're the only one in the relationship that actually like wants to
One-
do the work.
Right. But
So
like I talked about before, sometimes like you can do the work without her. You can just
I have to accept apologies that aren't coming.
yeah, and some like something that I always take into consideration is the fact that like we have young moms. We were growing up with our parents.
Yeah. My mom didn't have like the opportunity to even figure out who the fuck she was.
Right. My mom was 22 with 2 kids under 2 by herself while my dad was underway in the Navy. Like
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine doing that when I was 22.
When I was 22, I had my first one. And that's what I tell my kids because, you know, I have two
You
step.
way faster than I did because of that.
I grew up way faster in a lot of ways because of the way my mom was and the fact that
Like
she had me when she was 20, you know, like, and the way that she was, you know, I when I was in college and I was in one of my programs, a lot of stuff came up around like you are the way you are because your parents are the way that they were, and they are that way because of the way that they were raised.
oh, you know
And
what? Yes. My
and
grandmother, who is like my mother, apologized to me for how my mom was.
right. And I'm never going to get that from my grandma because my
Oh,
grandma
yeah.
doesn't think there's anything wrong with her. But when I look at the way what my grandma's life, who she was when she was 5, her dad died. They lived in Mexico City. They were pretty poor. He was their only source of income. She
Mhm.
had to start working when she was 7 in a tortilla factory,
I remember you
right?
telling the story.
Like,
That's so
thank you for stopping by, Dr. Dizzy. I appreciate you. You know, and then being put in an arranged marriage when she was 15 to a 27-year-old man who, you know, in my culture, women aren't really valued, you know, and aren't treated well. And so, like, my grandma has never really been happy because she's never lived her life for herself. Right. And like, she is the kind of Mexican that they don't talk about their feelings.
they just do
Right.
what they're supposed to.
And she don't tell any of her kids that she loves them. And so then there's my mom who grew up, who's a Pisces, who they need to hear that shit, right? Who didn't get that from her mom.
The words of affirmation, yeah.
Wasn't really like, if you're taught or treated like you don't really matter, then that's how you
That's how you
see
feel.
yourself, and you
Hearing
let people in who don't respect you or care about you, and then that's how that went, right? And so I try to be really, like, I've told my mom, like, I get why you are the way you are. Like, I understand that and I don't fault you for that.
you accept it is, but
I
like
accept you for who you are, but
they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I think
but
that's
what I will never be okay with is as a mom, right? I could never understand how she could allow something like all the shit that she allowed. And then experience came in for me that rocked my whole like I think that the way that I behaved in the couple of months after that was the child in me, right? That was brought to the surface by this trigger, this event, right? And so, like, I've really been sitting with this shit all day today because of a conversation I had last night. Like, I've been really like examining, like,
that's good. That's great.
You know, not to try to justify anything, but to try to like, because the question is, how could you allow that? How could you continue to?
Because you're human.
But this is why, like, it's coming to me. Like, I'm just like, it really comes down to this unhealed relationship with my mom and the default that I went to in the moment that like rocked me and brought out the little girl in me that had experienced all this like abusive behavior and shit from men, right?
Right.
And so, obviously now I'm like, okay, like I know what happened. The goal is obviously like I didn't do anything. Somebody did it to me, but yet somehow I'm being punished
Right.
around me for something I didn't fucking do to me and my kids or whatever in the first place. But
you just have to forgive yourself.
right. And that's the hardest shit in the fucking world for me. I don't forgive myself for a lot of things. Like,
well, I forgive you.
Even shit that's not my fault, like it's hard.
I know you're human. I know you're a good woman, a good mother, a good person in general with a good heart. You always have good intentions. Like, you should be forgiven. You should forgive yourself. I think I've told you this before. Like, I want you to love yourself as much as I love you.
I know. Well, I always tell people like too, I'm like, and I need to follow my own advice. Like if you could only see yourself through the eyes of the people who love you, like the way that
for mom to me
change,
And look, we all have flaws. We all have flaws. We all have that we're working on. As long as you're working on them, I see nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like it's our job. Like I told you this earlier on the phone. I love that you call yourself out before I call you out.
Yeah.
There are times where I'm just like, wait, what are you doing?
I do call myself out. I always do.
I know.
I'm like ahead of it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, that's what
it's application. It's integration though.
And but you know me, and I have to go through all these fucking processes before I take action. And it's like over reflection, right? It's like putting off okay, now you have to actually take the steps that you have to take because you've thought about this 50
but
fucking
you're
billion
so
times.
Precise that you want every step to be accurate.
Right. Work
until you see that you can do it accurately.
Which is shooting myself in the foot for in many aspects of my life, right? In business ventures or whatever. Like you're just waiting for it to be perfect. It's never it's like having kids. Everybody's waiting for the right time. There's never a fucking right time. There's nothing you can ever do to prepare you for the reality of being a fucking parent and having to take care of a little one. People are like, oh, I don't have enough money. A lot of people do it without having a lot of money. Right. Oh, I'm not in the right place. I don't own a house. And somehow people fucking do it and raise well-rounded children. You're never fully prepared to be a parent.
It's the nurturing that they need. It's not the stuff. Of course, milk and clothes and shoes and diapers, but like it's not the material things that are going to shape this person. It's the love and the nurturing and the respect that they get from their parent.
Yeah.
And I feel both of us growing up, since we had very young parents, we lacked that a lot. And it's not their fault. Like I said, we were growing up with our parents.
Right. And that's where I feel bad for my kids because I was 22 when I had my daughter and 24 when I had my son. But I'm like, man, I wish that they had this version of me. They do. But I wouldn't be this version of me had I not gone through the things. So I try not
to the limit, to the wall.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to I check myself. So I catch myself saying these things and I'm like, yes, but you wouldn't be who the fuck you are today had you not gone through the things that you went through.
And you've told
and I love who I am today.
I love who you are too. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming because I'm not even done.
And I totally am loving who I'm becoming. I'm falling even more in love with myself by the fucking day.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Right.
Saying ever since the end of January that I'm Mylene 2.7 and now I'm Mylene 3.1.
I'm Stella 14.3. I'm
give yourself more credit than that.
Nah, I'm evolving. I feel almost, and maybe it's because of where I work and the people that I'm surrounded by.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like my growth from September when I started working there to now is astronomical.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I agree. And it's just the way that you look at things, your outlook on things, you're more
Mhm.
positive. You're more positive now.
Mhm.
And you showed me that the what's it called? The meme that the president of your company or the owner
Yeah,
of
the
your
CEO. Yeah,
yeah, and she is a light. She's awesome.
she is.
And it's great to work at a company that makes you feel like you're doing something, like makes you feel like you're making a difference in the world. It makes you feel like you're going to work every day and you're actually learning something, whether it's new people skills, whether it's something about yourself, whether it's about other, you know what I mean, about other
I work with
people.
a bunch of life coaches and aspiring life coaches
Thing.
and
And
authors
you know,
and
and you know what I do, you know where I work. Like for me, it's I'm kind of like a life coach too because I still keep in contact with the people that I give readings to. Oh,
yeah.
for people that don't know, like by day I work in a psychic shop. I am an intuitive psychic reader. I'm a psychic medium. I do Reiki energy healing. And Estelle's making a face right now because she don't believe me.
She
No, I'm
gets so
kidding.
mad.
I do get mad because you're my best friend and you're questioning what I do. No. But
um
I'm not even mad because I know that what I'm doing, I'm watching it help people.
yeah.
And I actually just caught up with a few girls that I gave readings to like a month ago. I actually
Mhm.
gave readings the day after Mercury retrograde, Mercury and Gatorade. Right after it's
Mercury and reverse cowgirl.
yes, that was my I had told them don't make any decisions until after retrograde's over, and now I'm like catching up with all of them to see how they fared through retrograde.
Yeah.
So it's not like I give them a reading and then I just bounce and just never speak to them again. I actually am invested in some of them where I have a connection with them.
Mhm.
I want to make sure that they're good, and
Yeah.
the that I've done that is because of of my friend of Tiffany. I
Mhm.
call her my psychic homegirl, my psychic soul sister slash business partner, and like it's funny because my older sister gets jealous of her because I have a better relationship with her. And I straight up told her one time, well, then be a better sister. I don't know what to tell you, you know? And
Yeah.
like, Tiffany has been there for me in ways that I could never repay.
Yeah.
Like, help me become the person that I am today. And um, there's no way I could ever repay her. Like, the no way.
Yeah.
The way that I'm repaying her now is that she has 3 kids and I'm helping run the shop.
Well,
Like,
there you
that's
go.
my way of repaying her. But but yeah, like I really love where I'm at in my life right now. I feel really good about everything. And I love where you're at in your life right now too. Like if I haven't told you lately, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. And I'm very
I'm
proud of
proud of you too. Huh?
I'm I'm proud of our growth.
I'm proud of
But
our growth as
let's
well.
keep going. Let's keep going because I say this a lot and I say this a lot to friends, a lot to family, a lot to people that I give readings to. Elevation is infinite. There's no ceiling.
Oh, for sure.
Like
None. Not at all.
there's none. We could be up in the clouds and just keep going.
Yeah, for
I'll see.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's how, and I just feel like I've come a long way in a short time. And
Because once you level up and you realize what you're supposed to realize and you learn the lessons that you're supposed to learn, they skip you levels.
yeah, and that's why I don't regret anybody that comes into my life because I've like a very firm believer that everybody has a purpose,
It's a
and some people it's a short-term thing, some people it's a long-term thing, sometimes it's for you to teach you something about yourself,
for a reason or a season.
whatever. Yeah, so that's how I
I've learned
feel about that.
from every single person that has been an integral part of my life, even like even the broken relationships that I've had, even the honestly abusive relationships that I've had.
Right.
I still learned what I don't want, and I
Right.
won't tolerate, and I learned what I deserve, and I deserve better. I deserve I deserve more than what I've settled for, and now I'm never going to settle. And something that my mom has taught me since I was a little girl was to never settle.
Mhm.
Like the reason you're upset right now is because you're settling.
Yeah.
No, what you right. You're right, mom. I hate
Which
telling you that, but you're right.
I know. Here, I was gonna say, I know. I'm sure that's not an easy one to spit out.
You're left.
You're not wrong. That's my
That's
word.
what you say.
I always say that. If I think you're right, I'll tell you you're not wrong.
So
Because I'm not about to tell you you're right. And when I do
know,
tell
right.
you you're right, screenshot that shit because
I'm gonna check in our messages if you ever said I was right.
yeah, Look, find out. I did tell Mac Father he was right one time.
I mean, he is. 9 times
Don't
out of 10
fucking
when I
say
hear any
that.
conversation, he is.
Yeah, no, he's oftentimes he's not wrong, and I appreciate that.
Can you just say oftentimes right?
It's a breath of fresh air.
Say oftentimes he's right. Say it.
I'm gonna say oftentimes he's not wrong.
Hey, we're talking about growth
He
here.
already has a screenshot. That's fine. He doesn't need audio too.
He made a screenshot.
No, I told him to screenshot something. So if he didn't take the opportunity to do so, that's on him.
So funny. He probably thinks I'm from the first night that I met him.
He probably thinks you're a what?
He probably thinks I'm a psycho from what happened the first night.
You were a psycho that night. You were absolutely out of your fucking mind.
I went through
I was like,
you guys.
Oh my God.
I went through a breakup right before you guys' eyes. Sorry for being human. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, he probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really bad timing.
It really was. And he was trying to be so sweet and supportive. And
he
like,
was.
He's like touching my shoulder, like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay.
I was like in the back, this fucking bitch. I was like,
and emotionally,
I was not tolerating. I was just like,
that was hard. But I actually saw August and his little boo thing. I won't say his name, but I saw them recently. I want to say it was like 3 weeks ago. Oh, it was Friday the 13th. They came over on Friday the 13th when James was doing tattoos for people. But,
oh, okay.
But yeah, they were just both like, Mylene, your whole energy is completely different.
Same boo thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Right?
He's traveling the world right now.
I know. And
I've been living vicariously through his stories.
Oh, same.
I'm here in Italy.
Yeah. We had all these plans to travel in 2020 and we didn't get to do a damn thing.
We did. I mean, I'm traveling in next month, so I'm excited.
In woo woo. I'm trying to travel too. I had someone hit me up for a tour and I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to jinx it, but we'll see what happens. Cause
my ticket's already purchased, so I'm definitely going.
Hey.
So
where you going?
To the Bahamas.
I knew it was an island.
Yeah.
Time. She's an island girl.
No. Please.
Why did that song go though?
It doesn't. It absolutely does not.
It's just one of those, like, it's almost like one of those annoying commercials where it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. It's just so funny.
Yeah, no. I honestly have not fully seen anything. I start to see a clip of that shit and I'm like, nope. I'm not doing this. They're not going to get my view.
My cousin has purposely gotten that song stuck in my head multiple times. And I'm like, I thought you loved me.
So annoying. So fucking annoying.
Okay, but I love you. And I got to get going. My check-in time to the hotel was at 4 p.m.
It's all good. We're wrapping this up. It's already been an hour and 17 minutes.
How long do you usually do it?
I do it for an hour. But I looked at the clock earlier and it was at 1 hour, 11 minutes and 11 seconds. And I almost interrupted you, but you were talking. So
guys, you see this? It says 1-1.
Yes. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and chit-chatting with me. It helped. Today was a day that I definitely needed the help because like I said, heavy day.
Yeah.
Heavy day. So it was nice to have somebody come by and chit chat with me, lighten it up. But thank you guys for stopping by. Follow her on Instagram, Queen Mylene. If you follow me or Side Friend Chronicles, I'm pretty sure she follows that page. You might find her there. So check all the followers and you'll find her.
Or just check one of the comments and you'll find me.
And she will be posting, advertisements for her show coming up and her album dropping on June 19th. So make sure you're checking out for that.
Thanks
and if you guys liked having her on the show, let me know and we might bring her back sometime.
Ooh. It up to the viewers.
Hey. Okay. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Have a good